Hello lovelies, welcome back to another video. Today we are preparing Ghana's special meat pie, Ghana's rich and flakiest meat pie you can ever have. OMG, just look at how flaky and rich this meat pie is. Okay, let's get into preparing this. To start with, I will be preparing my fillings first, and I am using tuna flakes as my filling. Okay, so I go ahead to empty the liquids into a different bowl. Okay, and I pour in the tuna into a bowl in which I'll be preparing the fillings in. Yes, so I'll do that to both cans of tuna, and I go ahead to add some crushed black pepper. I love black pepper in my meat pies. Okay, it gives it some very nice flavor. So, and I also go in with some cut onions and also spring onions. Okay, this gives it a very nice flavor. Yes guys, do me a favor of clicking on the like button of this video and also subscribe if you are new to this channel. Okay, so I just go ahead to mix everything together and set that aside. So guys, let's now prepare the crust for the meat pie. Okay, so here I have 4 cups of all-purpose flour, and also I will be using some margarine. I'll be using 250 grams of margarine. I also have some blended onion and garlic. I also have again some black pepper, crushed black pepper. I'm not using nutmeg, I'm using black pepper, and also some baking powder. Of course, I'll go ahead to mix all these dry ingredients together. Beautiful people, as usual, I am going to I'm going to put the list of ingredients and their measurements in the description box below, so please do check that out. So after mixing this so well, I will go ahead to cut my margarine into pieces into the flour. Okay, so I have kept this margarine in the fridge. You need all of your ingredients, if not all, but most of your ingredients, to be chilled or cold. So that brings about how crust and flaky your meat pie is going to be. Okay, so this margarine was in the fridge, so I just brought it out. So you cut it into smaller pieces and then drop it into the dry ingredients and use your fingers, just like I am doing, to break it into smaller pieces and mix everything together. Please do not use your palm, cause your palm is going to produce heat, which is going to melt the margarine, and you don't need that. You don't need your margarine to be melted. Okay, so this is how it looks like after you have mixed everything together with your fingers. Now I go ahead to pour in my blended garlic and onions. Oh my goodness, this gives your meat pie some nice flavor. I love this so well. Go ahead with your fingers to mix everything together. Please, you don't need to overwork your dough. Okay, so now I just added my chilled milk. Okay, this is liquid milk that I just added. It was also in the freezer. All or almost your ingredients should be chilled. So after that, you can taste for salt. If there is no much salt to your taste, you can go ahead to add some salt. You know, the margarine we used earlier had some salt in it, so I didn't want to put some salt. And I go ahead to form this dough. Just press it a little to form this kind of dough, yeah, right, yeah. So I just do that to the rest of the dough. If it will not be able to form a dough, you can go ahead to add more of the milk. We are not using water here. But in case you don't have milk, you can use chilled water. Yes, we are going to start to make our pies. Yeah. I'm using my rolling pin. Yeah, and I'm just going to roll that gently into this flat surface. Okay, do not press too much. Just try to spread it. Spread it out. And I'm going to be using a bowl with a sharp edge to be able to get that round shape for my pies. The rest of the dough is still in the fridge because you don't want it to be outside and getting hot. You still need it to be chilled whilst we are working on the first ball. Okay, so I use this bowl to get the shape that I want. You can use any shape at all that you have. Okay, so this is the signature shape of meat pies in Ghana. Yeah, so I just do that. Guys, if you are loving this video, please give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe if you are new. Let's go on with this meat pie preparation. So with all being said, I cut out my dough and then I add in my fillings. Oh my goodness, this tuna fillings is so delicious. As you notice, I did not add any salt or seasoning to it whilst I was preparing the fillings, but you can go ahead to do that if you taste it and it's not much to your taste. Okay, but this tuna fillings was delicious. There was no need for any extra seasoning except the black pepper that I added. So yeah, I just did that. Come on guys, you are just going to see how I'm doing this. Just roll it out nicely, put on your fillings, and you are going to use some water to seal the edges. Okay, come on, I did that in the first one. I don't know why I skipped this here, but yeah, and you are going to use your fingers, okay, just a finger to seal it in, just like that. So if you have remaining of the dough, don't worry if it is not in ball shape. You can actually use your rolling pin to roll it out nicely. You don't want to overwork your dough, okay, because if you overwork your dough, it is going to be hard. Your meat pie is going to come out hard. Okay, so I continue doing this to the rest of the dough. Okay, don't worry if there's any crack on it. You can use just some of the dough to pat it, or you can go ahead to leave it. It shows that your meat pie is going to be flaky and crispy. Okay, so we are done. Yeah, and I'm going to use some egg and milk as my wash. Okay, as my egg wash, I'm going to use that on the top of my pie. So I'll go in with my brush and then just quickly brush on the pies. So yeah, I had two trays of these meat pies. Okay, so I did the same process to the other tray, and this first batch is going into the preheated oven first, so before the other one. Okay, so yeah guys, after brushing it with the egg wash, I go ahead with my fork to make some holes in the pies. This allows easy cooking of my pies. Okay, so with the second tray, I did the same process, just that I use a fork to seal the edges of the pies. Guys, I baked these pies for about 20 minutes in this charcoal oven. If you don't have a gas oven or an electric oven, guys, you can use this local oven. It is very helpful and economic. Okay, so our meat pies are ready. This was the first batch. We had some already. We couldn't wait to film before eating. Guys, the meat pies are so delicious. I'm going to break one for you to see how it looks like. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate you. Thank you for your time and support. Please like this video and also subscribe if you are new. Yeah, thank you and see you in my next video. Bye.